Wow, Star Wars fans, we've got several updates about the coming Star Wars movie. Some of this stuff sounds incredible, some of it's head-scratching. And then there's, of course, the lingering question of, will anything in the world make fans actually get excited for the Rey movie?
Dude, that's a good question.
We've got a lot to talk about, lots of new information here, so smash a freaking like and let's begin. Okay, so first up, we got to talk about the James Mangold Star Wars movie. I actually have updates, which I can't believe because I gotta be honest with you guys, I'm excited about this movie, but I have my doubts that it'll ever happen. Given Kathleen Kennedy's track record and the fact that together, her and James Mangold created this next Indiana Jones movie, which seems like it might underperform. I can't help but think this movie might go the way of Rogue Squadron or Rian Johnson's trilogy or the Dan and Dave movies or the Boba Fett film or Taika Waititi's Star Wars movie. You get the idea. However, for now, James Mangold is all about it and seems like he's actually taking this project seriously. And this comes from insider and scooper Jeff Snyder. And he basically said that this new project of Mangold's, the Star Wars movie, could start in earnest around October. He's wrapping filming on a new project in August, and then he should be able to move on to writing Star Wars at that point, around October. And this is all hinging on whether or not the writer's strike will still be going on. Now, interestingly, James Mangold is actually not a member of the Writers Guild, but he did say at the Cannes Film Festival that he supports the writers and will not be working on scripts during the strike in solidarity. So that's kind of cool, and getting an update like that does indicate that this is a high priority for James Mangold, which surprises me. Honestly, I thought we might not hear anything about him starting this script anytime soon. He's attached to maybe do something with DC. And again, there's this whole thing going on with Indiana Jones.
Don't fuck this up, Mitchell!
Now let's talk about the updates to the coming Dave Filoni Star Wars movie. This one I'm far more hopeful will actually happen. Now the first update is actually a couple of weeks old because there were reports that came out from My Time to Shine Hello, who's a very reliable insider and scooper, saying that the name of the Dave Filoni movie was going to be Heir to the Empire. But about a week later, Jeff Snyder on his podcast said that he heard that's not actually the name of the movie. And I just wanted to bring this up. I actually am tending to side with My Time to Shine Hello here. I do think the movie's going to be called Heir to the Empire, but I wanted to report on this because Jeff's really reliable. We talk about a lot of different things that he reports, so I felt like I had to at least bring it up, that it's possible that it's not actually going to be the name of the film. Now, the next thing we got to talk about is a really crazy report coming from Giant Freaking Robot, who I know has a horrible reputation, but I've told you guys has been doing a lot better over the past couple of years with their exclusive. Regardless, take it with a grain of salt because it is Giant Freaking Robot, but they are reporting that Alden Ehrenreich will be returning to the role of Han Solo for Dave Filoni's Star Wars movie. On top of that, they are reporting that they're going to recast for Leia Organa, going to do Leia as a different actress for that movie in that time period. And this is interesting. It kind of indicates that instead of going the route of deep faking with these characters, they may well be looking to recast. Now, this is crazy if this is indeed true. I think it's cool on multiple levels. Like on the one level, just confirms Han Solo and freaking Leia are going to be in that movie. Again, really makes me think it's going to be Heir of the Empire. And on the other side of things, it's good to get Alden back. Maybe he'll be coming into other shows, because this movie is supposed to be a culmination of everything going on in the Mando verse, in the Filoni verse, right? With Book of Boba Fett, with the Mandalorian, with Ahsoka. Oh, and by the way, apparently we are going to be getting a Mandalorian season 4, which is supposed to include Book of Boba Fett characters, and that show would likely set up directly the Dave Filoni movie. And so I think it's possible you would actually see this newly casted Leia pop up in that season as well, and maybe Alden as Han Solo. Now, there's nothing in this article about Luke Skywalker, but I wanted to talk about this because I think Luke's obviously going to be at the center of Dave Filoni's Star Wars movie, especially if it is Heir to the Empire. And I know there's a lot of conflicting reports on how much they want Luke Skywalker involved in stories, but I just strongly feel that Luke will still be involved. And this report from Giant Freaking Robot makes me think they might be going the route of actually casting somebody to play a younger Luke Skywalker and not doing the deep fake thing and using Mark Hamill to shoot like they did in The Mandalorian Season 2 and in the Book of Boba Fett. I did actually have a source reach out to me and say that this is probably what they were going to do and explain that this is very likely why Shamook, who is the deepfake YouTuber that was hired to help create the look of Luke Skywalker, yeah, that guy no longer works at Lucasfilm. So maybe it's just too expensive or not good enough technology to support having the characters deepfaked for an entire movie. And maybe Dave really wants these characters to be at the center of the film and therefore needs actual actors. And if that's true, I would expect to hear about that in the next few months. Like getting a new live action Luke Skywalker is going to be a massive story, something they're not going to be able to hide, and something that will be really juicy. Now, there's another update about Dave Filoni's Heir to the Empire film. This is also coming from My Time to Shine Hello. She posted the other day that Mara Jade was actually going to be in Dave Filoni's movie, which is mind-blowing to me. Mara Jade, an incredible character from the Timothy Zahn novels. Now, she ends up forming a relationship with Luke Skywalker, actually marrying Luke Skywalker, and together they have children in those novels in the expanded universe. And so My Time to Shine tweets about this, but I talked to her about this in the DMs as well, because obviously this is a super big friggin' deal. She's being 100% truthful. She heard Mara Jade is gonna be in the movie. I asked about the love relationship between Luke Skywalker and Mara Jade. She said probably not going to happen in the movie, which makes sense, but still it's like, okay, so you're going to bring Mara Jade back. I didn't even think that was on the table, but maybe Dave just loves the character, wants her to be in it. But how do you bring Mara Jade back and not just have all the fans wanting her and Luke Skywalker to hook up? And of course, they kind of can't, or it changes the canon, but also Dave doesn't care about the canon. What's going on here? Of course, we don't know for sure, and we got to take it all with a grain of salt, but it just sounds like some awesome things are being brought into Filoni's movie and maybe into these shows they're going to set up the movie. And now we gotta talk about the frickin' Rey movie. And believe it or not, it's actually really interesting and kind of dope news. It came out today from Giant Frickin' Robot, so again, take it with a giant frickin' grain of salt, but they are reporting that Idris Elba is in talks to play the main villain of the coming Rey movie. And that's kind of interesting because it does line up with some reports from Jeff Snyder that the main characters focused on this movie were going to be persons of color. Now, at the time, I thought it was going to just be the protagonist, but it's possible that we're going to have this really cool antagonist, and the idea of Idris Elba as a dark side user or a Sith of some kind is mind-blowing. I think the dude is an incredible actor. I think he's been underutilized in a lot of projects I've seen him in, and I think it would be so damn awesome to bring him into Star Wars, make him an absolutely epic and incredible villain. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really pumped up for it, man. I'm really excited, but here's the problem. It's still happening in a Rey movie. And I'm sure this will surprise absolutely nobody that's watching this video, but the consensus that I'm gathering from a lot of the Star Wars fans out there is that there is almost next to nothing that they could put into this movie to get people excited about the idea of a Rey film. Having said that, this is a kind of cool update. I hope it's confirmed. And who knows, man, maybe they'll just throw so many damn awesome, cool things into this film that fans might actually get excited for it. Or maybe the movie won't even happen because Kathleen Kennedy will be unceremoniously fired after Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny bombs in the box office. Let me know your thoughts on all these updates to the coming Star Wars movie. Smash a like on this video, and you can always come on by our live streaming channel. I'm usually live there Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. You can ask me any question about this or anything else going on out there in the nerdy world. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video.